Hey everyone, I'm Aditya.
And I am Mahang.
I am Sujaya.
And I'm Shashinta. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting areas of innovative transportation out there, self driving cars. We will talk about how they actually work, look at some real examples on the road right now, share a few fun facts, and finish up with some interesting facts about where this technology might be headed.
So, whether you are a tech enthusiast, a future car buyer, or just curious about what's coming next, stick around. This episode is for you.
Alright, let's get right into it.
So, let's start with the basic. What actually is a self driving car? A self driving car, also called an autonomous vehicle or AV, is a vehicle that can sense its environment and operate without a human driver controlling it. These cars use a mix of technology working together. There's a radar and sonar sensors that detect nearby objects, cameras that read road signs, lane making and traffic lights, and GPS for tracking location. On top of all that sits onboard computer running artificial intelligence software that process all this information in real time and decide how the car should steer, accelerate or brake. Engineers usually describe self driving technology using a scale from level 0 to level 5. Level 0 is a fully manual car with no automotion at all, while level 5 is a car that can drive itself anywhere in any condition with zero human input. Most of the semi-autonomous features you might already know, like adaptive cruise control or lane keeping assist, actually sit around level 1 or level 2 on that scale. What makes this such an exciting area of innovative transportation is that it isn't just about convenience. The goal is also reduce human error, which is a factor in the vast majority of road accidents worldwide, and to eventually reshape how our cities handle traffic, parking, and public transport together.
Thanks, Aditya. Now that we know what self driving cars actually are, let's look at some real examples that exist today. One of the most well known names is Waymo, which started out as Google's self driving car project. Waymo currently runs a driverless robotaxi service in several US cities, including Phoenix, San Francisco, where passengers can book a fully driverless ride through an app which no one behind the wheels at all. Tesla, another major player, though its approach is a little different. Tesla's vehicle ship with a system called autopilot and an optional upgrade called full self-driving. This system can handle a lot of driving tasks like steering, accelerating, braking, and even changing lanes. But a licensed driver is still legally required to stay alert and ready to take over. Outside of passenger cars, companies like Baidu in China with its Apollo service and Cruise backed by General Motors have also been testing and expanding robotaxi fleets in select cities. Even in trucking, companies such as Aurora are trailing autonomous freight trucks on highways to help move goods more efficiently. So, this isn't just a lab experiment anymore. It's a technology that already out on public road in more places than most people can realize.
Now the fun part. Some fact about self-driving cars that might surprise you. Fun fact 1. The idea of self-driving car isn't new at all. General Motors actually showed off concept for automated highway system at 1939 World Fair almost 90 years ago, long before computers were even household idea. Fact 2. A fully automated car can process enormous amount of data every single second. Some estimate footage around 1 gigabyte per second from all its camera, radars, and sensors combined. That's roughly the same as streaming dozens of high-definition video at once, just to help the car understand the road around it. Factory self-driving cars don't get tired, distracted, or dozy, which are some of the leading causes of the road accident for human drivers. That's actually one of the biggest arguments in favor of the technology. And fact 4, which I personally find really interesting, some self-driving test vehicles are covered in so many sensors that they can literally see 360 degrees around the car at the same time, spotting the pedestrian stepping off the curb well before the human driver would even notice.
To wrap up our deep dive, I want to look at where self-driving cars might take us next. One interesting fact is that some cities are already redesigning their infrastructure with autonomous vehicles in mind. Think dedicated AV lanes, smart traffic lights that communicate directly with cars, and parking structures built specifically for driverless vehicles that don't need space for people to open their doors. There's also a huge safety argument behind all this. Industry researchers estimate that a large majority of car accidents are caused by human error. Things like distraction, speeding, or impaired driving. Because self-driving systems don't get distracted or impaired, many experts believe widespread adoption of the technology could significantly cut down on road fatalities over time. On top of that, self-driving technology could transform accessibility for people who currently can't drive, like the elderly or people with disabilities, giving them a level of independence they might not have had before. Of course, there are still challenges to solve. Things like handling extreme weather, complex ethical decisions in split-second scenarios, and updating laws and regulations, but it's clear this technology is only going to keep evolving from here.
So, that wraps up our look at self driving cars, from how they work to real examples on the road today, some fun facts, and where the technology is headed next.
Honestly, amazing how far this technology has come and how much further it's likely to go in the next decade. Before we go, we are going to open the floor for a quick Q&A, answering a few common questions about self-driving cars.
And after that, thank you so much for listening today. We really hope you learned something new about the future of transportation.
Alright, let's jump into a few questions we thought our listeners might have. Question 1. Are self driving cars actually legal right now?
Great question. It really depends on where you live. In several US states, fully driverless robotaxis are legally allowed to operate commercially in specific cities. In most other countries, including here, fully autonomous cars aren't approved for the public roads yet. Though semi-autonomous features like adaptive cruise control and lane keeping are legal and common.
Section 2. What happens if self-driving car crashes? Who's responsible?
This is actually one of the biggest unresolved questions in the industry right now. Responsibility can fall on the manufacturer, the software developer, or the driver, depending on the level of automation and the specific circumstances. Lawmakers around the world are still working out clearer rules for this. Will self-driving cars replace human drivers completely?
Probably not anytime soon. Most experts think we will see a long transition period where self-driving and human-driven cars share the road together, especially since the older vehicles will stay in use for many years. A fully driverless world is more of a long-term possibility than a near future, certainly.
Question 4. Are self-driving cars actually safer than human drivers?
Early data from companies like Waymo suggests their vehicles have fewer crashes per mile than an average human driver. Particularly, for crashes caused by distraction or impairment. That said, the technology is still being tested or refined, so ongoing area is research rather than settled fact.
Thanks everyone for those great questions.